back Malaysia. So how does it feel like to come back like so soon after your last official gig here?
We actually really love Malaysia because we're so close by, so it really makes a lot of sense to come back, and we love the food in Malaysia, we love the people in Malaysia, so it was a logical decision just to come back.
Yeah, I guess Malaysia is kind of like a second home to a lot of Singaporeans, so it didn't seem like a long time actually. I mean, it didn't seem like a short time, it seemed like quite a long period of time.
It has been more than 1 year since your last album release, so any plans? Or
Yes.
Repeat the question.
The plan is to have a plan. Oh, sorry. Yes, go on. I don't know why I just said
Repeat
that.
the question.
Okay. Plans for the next album would be to put out a next album. I think. Yes, that was smooth.
How do you put out an album? You gotta make an album?
You've got to make an album.
Wow.
You have to make an album, and to make an album, you need
A plan.
A plan.
plan. So,
We have plan.
but right after this trip, we're gonna go into a songwriting trip. So we're gonna hold ourselves up together for a good 2 weeks to see if we can make music. Hopefully that happens. Yes.
How was it like to be the opening act for groups like The Script, Little Mix?
For us to have opened for like The Script and Little Mix, that's really, really cool. And I would have never imagined us to even meet these people and more so open for their concert in Singapore. Danny from The Script was really nice. Like, to actually see them in person, it's pretty cool. He actually came by our dressing room to say hi, and you wouldn't expect that of someone of that standard, or of people, someone who have really achieved so much in the music industry, to just come say hi to us. Who
Yeah, exactly.
Who
We got to touch him.
Yes, we did. So that was cool, but yeah, it's definitely an honor.
So what do you think of the music scene in Malaysia and Singapore? Has anything changed in recent years, and has competition gotten more stiff now?
I don't see it so much as competition. I think for us recently, at least in the last 1 year, we got to know a lot of musicians in Malaysia. We got to know a lot of radio personalities and other people in Malaysia. And you realize that we're actually very similar. The way we speak, the way we enjoy food, the way we communicate, the way we think, and the way that even how our music scenes are both growing. There are a lot of similarities. And, we just got in today and we got text messages from our friends saying, hey, you're in Malaysia, let me take you out, that kind of thing. So it's great when they come to Singapore, we do the same. So I think the whole ecosystem is building up together, and it's a great thing.
So are there any regional artists that you want to work with?
Beyonce, I mean, not that
Regional.
far away. Just kidding. Yuna, we would love to work with Yuna.
Yeah, I mean, so many artists. I guess a lot of artists that we've been looking up to since we're growing up, and not only that, like a lot of artists that have been coming up in recent years and who have been doing work that basically we would dream about doing. There's so many.
I really want to work with Joe Flizzo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's
Hi, Joe.
really- he's so cool. It's like I see him and I think he's so cool. So I think it would be really.
There. Calm down.
I dropped Elizabeth.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth.
I'm sorry.
Joe.
So in our last interview, Ben, you talked about your social anxiety and panic attacks. So did
Yes.
Has I gotten any
still
better?
Yes.
So did any of you experience anything like that, and how do you guys overcome it?
You mean in general, like in life?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of it.
yeah.
I think we're like really friendly and yet really weird people at the same time. So I think all of us experience like weird panic attacks at different moments. But we're kind of like
Sorry.
exactly.
Oh, that's good.
You're right now.
Yeah, good.
He's okay.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Get it out of my system.
Yeah, but I mean it's quite fun because like we're all kind of there for each other, and then if let's say I'm having a panic attack, like somebody else will step up, and like if let's say we're in a like for me, I get really scared when I have to talk to people that are like big. So like whether it's like CEOs or like whatever, I don't even know how to communicate. So then I'll just like, and then John will be like, hi, then I'm like,
Oh, hello.
and I sneak away. So yeah, that's kind of how we work.
Most of the people think that you guys were born for the stage. But has any of you experienced stage fright?
I think we experience stage fright
All
every
the
time
time.
before we go up. So we always give ourselves a prep talk before we go on stage. And like that 30 minutes to an hour and a half usually just flies by. But yeah, we do get very nervous just before we step up.
Like I remember when I was in so close. I remember when I was in school and I haven't started performing or I haven't started singing yet, and I had stage fright, like major stage fright. So I went in front of the school and I was supposed to lead everyone in the pledge, and I messed up. Like I messed up the Singapore pledge, and then everyone just started making fun of me after that. So
And
yeah,
until
that
today
was
she still forgets the lyrics sometimes. So
yeah.
nothing's
So
changed.
yeah, stage fright is very real.
But it does get easier with time. It gets
Yeah,
a
it does.
lot easier
It does.
with time.
but it also gets worse sometimes as the crowd gets bigger, you know. So, but yeah, you just learn to deal.
So we heard Benjamin is gonna make his film debut in Wonder Boy.
Oh, Wonder Boy!
Yeah, so,
What's the yeah? Okay, they come up with a theme song. Yeah, sorry.
so what led to the decision and how was the casting process like?
I met up with Dick Lee. Okay, so I there's a guy called Dick Lee in Singapore. So Dick Lee he's a quite notable singer-songwriter, composer. But I played him before in a musical. So it was just like a second thing, and it's a full-length film. So just a bit of nerves. But it's fun because I love music, and it's a chance to do it on film. So why not? Yeah.
Other than Ben and Narelle, does any of you have plans to...
We all dabble into other things other than music every now and then, you know, just to give ourselves, you know, just different creative, breath of fresh air, different creative output. So, yeah, I think we're very open to different plans. We do have some plans coming up towards the end of the year, but
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, yeah.
So do you guys prefer making cover or making our own music?
Okay, do we prefer making a cover? Do we prefer like playing covers or writing original music? Right? It's like cooking. You know, would you make your own recipe or follow a recipe? So it's also fun to like make Betty Crocker cookies because it's fun. It's already there. You can add in different things like marshmallows and make it your own from something that's already there, or you can start from absolute scratch and make something.
Would you guys like to try my own recipe?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like that. So I think we all enjoy both because covers are really fun. It's like taking something that's already there and giving it your own flavor, but also writing your own music is like
It's so much more satisfying as
Yeah.
well. But I mean, like when you meet people or when you're on stage, you only want to be playing your original songs, and it's
True.
great when like people respond to that and you know that they're listening to something that you created or you wrote, and yeah.
it's like your own nasi lemak recipe. You know, it's like, wow, you like
Yes,
mine? Yes, because and then you feel that sense of
Original music though, like hands down.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about the creative process behind its production?
It starts off with a plan.
Yeah, like we said, we've got plans. Original music definitely takes a lot more thought, I think, for us. Like, we started doing covers because that was what came super natural to all of us. Like, when we sat down and somehow when we did a cover together, that was the sound that we had. And we didn't even know how to create that sound, but people told us, hey, that's your sound. And we're like, okay. So then we tried to recreate that with original music. And yeah.
I think for us, we're quite a vocal heavy group. So it really starts from sort of a vocal idea for a lot of things. It could be a line, it could be a specific harmony. And the thing is that everyone here sort of sings solo as well. So it's fun to sort of arrange a piece for that. So I think the primary focus for any sort of arrangement that we do or writing is always to think about the voice or the story behind it through the vocal. And that's fun. And then sort of the other instruments take place, but definitely the voice first. Yeah.
So you guys have a commentary for your Take Heart album on Spotify. So that was a very unique approach in explaining your music. How do you guys came up with the idea?
We didn't really come up with the idea.
We executed the idea.
We executed the idea. We were asked to do a commentary. I didn't even know that was going to go up on Spotify. I just knew that we were supposed to talk about every song. And I think the process, like, it was quite funny. So we all gathered at my place, and then we were supposed to talk about the song. And then there was no plan, as usual. And then we just started.
There's a plan, John. There's always a plan.
We just blabbered off. But I think that's where, you know, we get to actually be honest with ourselves about our music, you know. Because we're not talking to an audience directly. You know, we were recording it and then we were sending it. So I think the whole idea of the commentary, it turned out pretty well. Like,
I mean, I think the funniest thing was that we knew we had to do a commentary and we're like, hey, what do we say? Okay, so we thought we were going to go like a few rounds, you know, like just keep taking it over and over again and see like how smart we could be and how much we could come up with. And the funny thing is like we just went there and then we just like spouted off nonsense for like 3 minutes and we're like, oh, okay lah, I think can. And that was it. Yeah.
It's fun because I think although these are pop songs and they're quite catchy, for us we always try to imbue it with a little bit of a backstory. And the backstories can be quite dark, surprisingly, very strange. But yeah, you never really get to hear, you know, the backstory of a famous pop song or whatever it may be. So it was fun to sort of give context for the people who listen to our music. Yeah.
So are there any songs from any of your albums that relate closely to your real life?
Most. But also, okay, with this past album, we decided to write a fictitious story. So a story that had a world of its own universe. So it all surrounded this fictitious village, and the people that surrounded it, there were two star-crossed lovers like Romeo and Juliet that were sort of being ostracized by the community. So all the songs sort of had this narrative around that story. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you some very random questions now.
Okay.
Great.
So since superhero movies are all the hype now, which superpower from a popular superhero you wish you had, and how will you use it in your everyday life?
I've always wanted like mind powers, so like Jean Grey, like telekinesis, or like just being really, really, really intense and really smart or something.
Yeah, come on. Okay, I want to be Wonder Woman.
You are Wonder Woman, John.
Yes, I am Wonder Woman. Yeah,
How would you use your powers as Wonder Woman?
I'll take the rope and
And-
catch whatever I want to catch.
Like your remote control, so you
Yeah, like, oh, laptop, bring it here. Yeah.
Yeah, Jean Grey, for sure. Like telekinesis, like water, then water comes into your hand. Like, it's cool.
I'd be Aquaman. Because
You
I
can
have
control fish.
I have a serious fear of fish, so I guess it will help me beat it in a sense. Yeah.
So what will you guys be doing now if you were musicians?
Aquaman.
You'll be doing.
I'll be doing Aquaman.
If I wasn't a musician, I would be.
That's a good question. Actually, I haven't thought of
Yeah, I don't know. I might be traveling and eating at the same time, somewhere around the world.
I can totally see that going. Nom 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 nom.
I would want to be an actress.
that. I would want to be a banker.
You can fund you can fund my life when I try to be an actress and you be a banker.
I would be an actress acting as a banker.
Traveling the world, eating
Traveling
at the
the
same
world,
time.
eating, yeah.
Are there any embarrassing situations you've experienced?
Nope, never.
No,
Never.
who has-
We're so
no,
natural.
who
What are you
has
talking
had-
about?
No.
Please.
No.
We're so normal.
Never had an embarrassing
Not at
moment
all.
ever.
What is embarrassing?
Yes,
That's-
what?
That's not
Your
really our
face is kinda-
vocabulary.
Every day, really.
Yeah. Our whole lives.
We are an embarrassment.
We
Sorry,
Have, we've
sorry
made
guys.
we just make very awkward situations. Yeah. Like this could be.
Like right now,
Casting
like this
couch.
moment.
We could have stopped
Okay,
a while
we-
ago, but we didn't stop.
stop.
We just keep going
Okay.
because
We
it's
just stop.
embarrassing.
And now.
Sandra adds lyrics to songs that are not actually there. That's quite
What?
embarrassing.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you just continue the song although it's supposed to end.
There was a miscommunication. Yes.
And I saved you.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did, and I'm very grateful for that.
That's right.
What's your favorite memory from school?
Not being in school.
Yeah.
I mean, like the best thing about school is having your friends. So my friends are like super loyal to each other, and you know, cause if you're late, you kind of get caught outside and you have to go for detention. So if one person is like gonna be late, then they'll just text the group like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be late," and suddenly everyone will just leave school and we'll all meet at Starbucks together. So that was the best part of like school for me.
Which school is this?
AC.
I'm telling someone.
Can't do it.
I spent most of my school life in boarding school. So what was fun is when couples start dating in boarding school, they try to find places to hanky-panky or to just be together. And back then my school didn't have many places but a large synthetic field. So all the couples would go there and then lie down. Then so it just became this meeting place. And then one day a friend of mine was in the dorm with me and he was like, guys, everyone come to the window now. They were like, okay. And out of nowhere, the floodlights came on. And someone went and turned on the floodlights, so all these couples were like, so they started getting up and putting on whatever outfits, clothes that were off, and then they started running towards the entrance, and there was a whole line of teachers just standing at the entrance, and they all got punished, and I witnessed it all. That was my
Do you
favorite
turn on the
moment.
floodlights?
Yeah, that's me. No lah, it's not me lah.
School, I studied very hard, so my favorite moments were probably the exams because I got to show off what I studied. Thanks.
Everyone must love you in school.
Wow. I'm like the opposite of John. I tried really hard to study, but I don't think I.
John is
Different.
the opposite of John in that sense.
Yeah, what?
Okay, liar.
Oh, my favorite moment was probably no. Whenever I won medals, and I really wish that I did more things in school because it's easier to win medals in school.
Yeah, I wish I won more medals.
No, but it's like yay, because we have this NAFA test. I don't know if you guys. Okay, so basically it's like a physical test every year, so everyone has to do the same thing to test your physical ability. So I actually got like full points every single year, and at the end of the 4 years they'll give you a medal for it. And yeah, they wanted not to give me my medal, but I'm like, where's my medal? Because there was only 2 people in the entire school that got it. And
Did you beat the teacher up?
No, I was just quite like, where is my medal? And then he was like, okay, I give you. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, I wish I did more things though, because it's easier to win in school than it is in life.
It's true.
But it's true though. Okay.
Alright, so that's all for our questions.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Hope you enjoy Malaysia.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. That was fun.
Thank you.
Malaysia boleh!